Why does it fucking say that shit? Does it still save? Oh, is that what it says? My bad. There we go. Let's come out of here and how are we tonight? So, there are things that are happening and that have happened that are beyond my control, and I am literally just fucking rolling with the bumps. There are people in my life that are facing changes and setbacks and normal sucky life stuff. I'm just, trying to move about this fucking this life too. It's exhausting sometimes. But I hope I find everyone well. Just listening to some music tonight. I've got some light work to do with making a new label. I have gone to a different packaging scheme that is cheaper, like 30 cents on the dollar cheaper. I'm sorry. Yeah, 30 cents on the dollar cheaper. Yeah. And is much nicer packaging, and I have more options with said packaging. So, I've got to make a new label. Instead of having two labels, I only need to have one label, a contiguous label, for a jar. So, going to have to do some redesign. But it does give me a chance to alter the design a little bit. Play with the design, expand it, just to do something in a different way. Not a style, because I do have a style, but it's because it's one label that I need to have everything on, and it's gonna necessitate a different flow. There we go. I got a new camera. The Insta360 is my new toy. And for a buck 40, that's not bad for a 4K camera that has tracking. So like if I ever have a chance to use this thing as as like skits or like something where I need to stand up and gesture and motion everything, can follow me. And I believe we're in 4K now. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I kind of like the whole thing a lot better. It's just a much better camera than the one I mean, the Logitech has served me well for like 3 years now. It's not like it wasn't doing its job or anything. It's just there were a few options that I've been looking for in a new camera, and I'm not trying to spend an arm and a leg on a new camera just yet. Maybe a finger, or something along those lines, but not necessarily an arm and a leg, or right now. I wonder if it's I wonder who's on tonight. Is it even? I know it's a school night for most people, so parents are going to bed early, and teenagers and fucking young people have schedules now. They're back to school and college and classes and all that stuff. Things are changing. Plus the apocalypse on Twitch lately has been rough. Where am I looking at? Friday night. No, it's not super busy on a Friday / Saturday night, especially. Well, no, especially now, because you'll be wanting to go out and do things after, on a Friday night, start the weekend. So I get that. I work too much. I have a social life, but it's a pick and choose kind of thing, Alaskan Lights. It's a hash rosin strain blend of Alaskan Thunderfuck and Northern Lights. Very rare, very tasty. We're gonna take one of these here in a minute. Kind of letting people wander in and out. Damn, they good money tonight. Okay, we did good in the shop today. That's really good. Woo. After what you did, 'cause you were the devil, you messed with my head. You lied to my mother, you lied to my friends, you said that you'd be there, but this never is. Don't wake me up.
Not in this century. Cause you're just a ghost.
Free game. It's not a bad song. I'm kind of digging it a little bit. So that's doing it.
You're just a ghost.
Nightwall's on right now. Actually made some decent progress on building stock of my product today. Got a lot of work done. Probably be going into the office relatively early on Monday so that I could crank out as many as I can. Not sure when packaging is, or new packaging is arriving, but okay, Wednesday, September 3rd. Okay. I'm fairly sure at the very least I have my first employee, but probably my business partner. I'm not sure. Depends on how everybody feels about things. Life, as my buddy fucking Matt would say, life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? Shit be crazy lately. Like absolutely fucking butternuts. It's okay. It's not the worst thing that could be happening. Putting this on the background right now while I'm waffling. Life is life. Life is supposed to life, I guess. It's not. Doesn't do any really good to complain, does it? How is everybody? I'm glad you found me. Until we go in and do until we start doing the thing with Synonymous. This is just, I just have this on there. Don't mind the extra block, the extra menus and everything. It's because I've got. You know what? It's just that's not what. do. Just putting some footage from the other night on for now. I really do like Helldivers 2. It's a fun ass game. I'm not really in a gaming mood tonight, I don't think. Just trying to fucking... We're gonna watch some Fallout stuff in a minute. I'm just kind of vibing right now. You know what I'm saying? The music is nice. Had a good event today at work. It went well. We made decent money. Is it? Why is it? Must have had some networking issues, I guess. Training session was pretty fun. I like the very obvious nods to Starship Troopers. The very propaganda, tongue-in-cheek way they go about it. Very much. Verhoeven's critical style. Odie, what's up, brother? Hell yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, no, I got some accomplishments done today. I'm not mad at myself today. Yeah. Gotta sit down with my accountant and my prospective employee. Yeah, I had such a time actually fucking getting through this little part right here. Because I kept diving, but I kept fat fingering the fucking space bar, so it automatically try to pop me up. Getting used to the controls on this was a thing. But I gotta sit down with my accountant and my partner slash employee. I don't know how to think. I don't know. But we gotta sit down so we can hash out some paperwork. Get our visions aligned. You know what we expect out of where we're going. Like everybody wants to be successful, obviously. Just make sure everybody is going in the same direction. That's always the key. How you been, Cody? You okay? Mm-hmm. You know, the sticker. I don't know why I care so much. I just put stickers wherever willy-nilly. That's okay. So this one on my carry box. I clean this motherfucking. Yeah. I think I need a new tank.
Well,
At least go get a new tank. You don't just buy one tank, you get them in pairs or more. Hell yeah. Yeah. I would say, Cody, make sure you cherish your free time because I certainly do now. Like doing this is not only is like this like my downtime, but this is part of my socialization time as well. You know, like because while technically it's a hat to wear, this is usually just me just talking to my friends from wherever you happen to be. But it's my free time, and I don't have a lot of it these days, so I kind of cherish it quite a bit. Not saying you don't cherish your free time. I'm just saying just make sure you do value it. I used to not have a lot going on with my life. It's not necessarily like I've always been busy, but not as busy as I am like these days. And these days I'm busy by my own volition. You know, I don't necessarily want to be sitting in the house. I do want to sit in the house, but that I want to sit in the house when like, you know, like I'm being like when it doesn't hurt me to stay in the house. That's what you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like money's flowing, like everybody's happy, like you know, like I am free to absolutely not do anything on this Wednesday fucking morning. You know, that would be great. I'd still want to go find something to do. I'd probably be like, hey, y'all want to go fishing or go day drinking? Not day drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go do something fun and irresponsible. You know, like that's the kind of thing I would want to do with a Wednesday if I had free time. These days, my free time is mostly trying to cram D&D / date night / sleep time / game time, like all into like 2 days. Like it gets to be a little much sometimes. But the thing is I would rather be busy than not. You know what I'm saying? It's at least I am doing something with myself. Not, you know, like trying to be lofty, but just I am busy. I am not fucking sedentary. That's all I can say. And when retirement comes, you know, like I know some folks that really enjoy their retirement. Like, hey, man, every day is a motherfucking weekend. Every day is a holiday for me. That shit's got to be fucking sweet. I'd imagine you'd get bored, but you know, It would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going, hey guys, let's go fucking day drinking. Don't you have to work today? No. You know, like, I'm not a hard liquor person, but I'd go and fucking, like, have a couple of beers at a couple of different, like, really nice spots. Like, my buddy Nick wants to take me to a place, I think it's called the Crown and the Crow in DC, but I'm not going anywhere near DC until that shit fucking cools the fuck off. So, but I wouldn't mind going to a couple of really nice places. So, and just do some nice day drinking. Responsible day drinking, but day drinking nonetheless. Just beer. I'm a beer guy. Maybe I'd end the night with a shot or something. You know, like a nice whiskey or something. That'd be good. Do it while you have do things that require a lot of attention while you have the ability to do them. You know what I'm saying? While we're still young. There you go. Why is it fucking? Is it because I'm fucking? Because I'm doing the music at the same time. No, that looks like $10. And you know what? I say this whenever I can. If you can find a group of your friends that you can sit down, doesn't have to be D&D. Any RPG that you could possibly dream in your little heart. But you should take a fucking Sunday every now and again and play some fucking D&D with your friends. A shared hallucination that you all participate in. Stop! Stop! Shared hallucination. A choose-your-own adventure that you and your friends can not only participate in, but help shape the nature and events of an entire world. You can do that with your friends every other Sunday or whatever day you have. You don't have to even, you know, and I know it is the sad joke that most D&Ders or RPGers make about getting a group together and having time to do it. But if you can manage it, it's a really good time. Gives you a chance to fucking socialize naturally or comfortably, and also you might learn some things about you and your friends that wouldn't be fostered any other way. Just saying. It's almost like playing Helldivers 2 with your friend. But you kind of, you may have visual aids, but you're kind of like seeing the bulk of the story up in here and laid out before you in your conversations and your interactions with your DM. But it's all there, and it's beautiful, and it is an excellent way to spend some free time, especially when you really fucking need to decompress from the world. Go somewhere else. Go to a completely different motherfucking dimension. Go to another planet. Go to another fucking whatever. Go to the future. Go to the past. Go in between. He tried D&D. My one friend just ain't about it. Yep. It's dead. That's all you can ask for, buddy. Is getting lucky to have a handful of friends. Shit, bro, you rich. Yeah, like that's it. You know, like it's not for everyone. D&D. I tell you what, but like my group, you would never fucking think that like you might, but like my buddy Dion, never in a million years would you fucking think he was into D&D, but there it is. You know, like find a couple of friends. You only need. Well, it depends on how creative you want to get, but like 3 friends and a DM and you've got a game. You don't necessarily, you can go play other ones, like there's Call of Cthulhu, which I really want to do still. I have to find a DM for that. But it's possible. Me and my group managed it, and boy, was it a kind of a nail biter there for a minute to whether it was going to happen or not. But aside from meeting the most important lady in my life ever, this is probably one of the more significant moments, or more significant involvements that I've had with other people in my life. Like, you know, like just straight up, it's a good time. It I don't know if it's sort of like a decompression, but it's also sort of like getting together with your friends on a Saturday night to play video games and have pizza. Same vibe. Almost a camp out. Almost, you know, a sleepover, but we're adults and, you know, if you want to stay over, you can, but you know you got a fucking house to go to. All your shit is at your house. You know, and your friend's house is nice and comfortable, but it ain't got your bed. So, you know, it is that kind of different, but it is very much like, you know, you and your buddies having a weekend, you know. I cherish it. I really do. And it sucks because half of my group is probably moving to Centerville next year, and one of our numbers is probably moving to Florida. So it's all going to go online, which I'm fine with, but the closeness, like, you know, meeting every Sunday is kind of like it's part of it. It's not all of it, but it's part of it. And it like at least until Miss Tyler leaves for Florida, at least when we like we'll work it out. Like, it's like, goddamn, going to Centerville for, you know, like at least it's only every other weekend or once a month or some shit like that. Like, I don't know, but it'd probably be like a weekend thing where like we'll be gone for the weekend. You know. But that's fine. Like D&D should be an event. It should be something that you prepare for and you expect to spend 9 to 12 hours with your buddies incommunicado with the rest of the fucking world. youth. And sometimes you get lucky enough to go to castles and play D&D. What the fuck is up with that shit, bro? To be able to do a full-ass D&D game in a goddamn castle. Bonkers. I mean, I wouldn't mind just, like, being able to play in a fucking tavern. Like, you know, like the Viva La Dirt League guys. That shit was dope. Or, you know, in a made-to-order man cave type studio where, like, the only function of this room is to play D&D and record the session of said game. That would be fucking important. Look at that motherfucking soldier. He is ready to motherfucking go conquer some motherfucking planets. It's a good game. The look of everything, the feel of the combat, and the interactions, like with your squad mates. The agency that you have when you play Helldivers 2 is immeasurable. Like, because you're like me, where you are very much I am a support guy. Like, you know, I'm there with the heavy machine gun, mowing them down while you do more important things. I want to go to the Ren Fair too. I do too. I just don't know if I'm gonna make it this year. And we might, me and my D&D group might make Ren Fair this year. I know my cousin, he's got a whole ass jester costume for Ren Fair. I don't really think about those things these days. Like, I've got too much to do. Not that I don't pay attention to them, you know. Like, they're like back burner type things to me right now. Right. It would be a good content thing to go to Ren Fair, you know, to do shorts and stuff. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind going to a concert this year either. Like, that would also be nice. Is it because of the music? Well, let's check something. Or was that just the latents or the buffering being shit when I was playing? Whatever. It's just background anyway. I missed the Ren Fair. I enjoyed the last time I went, so it's something that I am looking forward to getting to again. That is some beautiful fucking ash rosin. It's a pity that you can't see. Let's not be lazy, okay? Oh. This is Alaskan Thunderfuck mixed with, or I'm sorry, it's a strain mix, but it's Alaskan Thunderfuck crossed with Northern Lights, called Alaskan Lights. Got all about the motherfucking that I was heating up the banger and shit. Made 60 torches today. It was very nice. I was yeah, I made 60 today. I was productive. I'm proud of myself. My new my new packaging should be in here by the 3rd, which I'm very excited about. And since I've switched up packaging, I have held back on printing. I'm glad I was like, even before I switched packaging, I was very hesitant about like printing out my first set of labels until I was ready to go with my first 100 pack. But when I found the new packaging, I not only did I find out that I was going to save some money, but also they're in the US, so I don't have to get import shipping, which I can't afford. So I'm very lucky. Instead of paying 60 cents a unit, I only pay 30 cents a unit, and that is huge. That is huge. So I'm grateful. Hope everybody's enjoying the music. It's provided by NCS. And the footage you're seeing is from the other day. Is my first the first jumps of my hell diving career. Also, let's see, my buddy Joe should be streaming as well. She's pretty. Hmm. Very nice, man. Very nice. It was a good song. I wouldn't mind like doing I should dress up like a lawn gnome and go to the Ren Fair and just like stand still in front of people's fucking in front of in front of the stalls until people notice like pretend I'm a lawn gnome, like a life-size lawn gnome. That would be fun. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. I appreciate everybody stepping in. I might do one more dab before we get underway with this Fallout. So basically, it's the plot for the Fallout movie that was supposed to come out in the teens or something like that. That Synonymous will explain. But it's a whole treatment, a movie treatment, and we can kind of see where it was true to the source material and where it strayed so far, and see what came and what happened instead of the movie treatment, like what we got instead. That would be kind of cool. Merlin! Is there some echo? Is it on the music or my voice? Bobby, I don't know what you're gonna do, bro. It's like midnight. There's a double feed on my voice input. Shit. Oh. Do I not have? That's what it is. Is that better? Because I didn't have the noise suppression on for some reason. It wasn't even active. So probably because it's a new camera. There's a delay. Okay, so that. Hold on. I'll be right back.
I'm always trying to see if you're love. Cause I know that you got so much more to give. You made a real mess out of me, though. Cause I can complain for not alone. Again. Say you wanna fix a problem.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Feels like I have to touch your problem. But I'm not ready to give it. So good inside. Stop wanting to. I could make it last.
What's that sound like?
Say you wanna fix a problem. Not sure I mean, baby. Feels like I've got to touch your problem. But I'm not ready.
Does it with the audio output capture turned off, it doesn't change anything?
I'm here in the middle of
What is that from? What is that from? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the hell? What the fuck? Um, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Is it still like what the fuck is going on? Yeah, it's very weird. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm checking my I'm checking all of my settings. Um, it doesn't seem to be. Um, voice. Does it make your voice clear, different? Um, making sure I don't have anything weird on my on the camera or anything either. Is it still is it still getting some echo? Like with my voice? Oh, can I do? I can do that? Maybe that's the thing to use. Okay. All right. How's that sound? Because that camera, or I'm sorry, the mic on that camera might be interfering with the mic. They might be too close to each other. So I just turned that mic off, I think. So are you getting, is my voice coming in clear or no? And what about the music? Really? Hmm. This shit's starting to piss me off. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out whether that's me or what. I just don't like. Oh.
Is that better? Because there was a second microphone that I didn't know about, and there it is. Yeah, because if you don't scroll, if you don't move all the way or to the right, there was an extra one. Yeah, usually it defaults to this microphone. But I guess when I originally plugged this guy in, yeah. It's what happens when you go and you fucking plug new equipment in. Thank you, sound guys. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, my tech crew. I wouldn't be here without them. I was telling my buddy Dom, I was like, these are the kinds of things I think you could probably help me with. You're gonna be my employee. I'm gonna pull you in on some other projects. Because I'm not swift enough to think about things sometimes, you know, like I'm anxious enough to fucking like worry about everything, but I can't, I don't catch everything. Thank you. Now things are where they should be. Noise cancellation is on for everything that needs to be on. Okay. I'm glad we worked this out before I started the motherfucking the video that we're gonna watch. Just a question on the new camera. Does it look better than before? I feel like it does. Like the video quality overall, like the clarity of me is better. Like it works better with the background. It's much cleaner, especially with light or low. Look. Remember before I used to get the bloom, like when I would switch to low light and bright light, like it would really fuck things up sort of for a bit. This new camera, nope. Things work out. It's much smoother. The motion and everything is much smoother. It was gonna be this one, or it was gonna be the other popular gimbal camera, but this one I think overall is a little bit better. So at least you know that not just you, I know that I am here for the channel regardless of whether I get paid for it or not. I'd like to be. I'm working towards it. But this is much my personal hobby baby as it is like a potential stream of revenue, which I need. But I enjoy doing it. Like whether it's gaming or watching films or just doing this, which is something that I want to engage in more, where you and I can just bullshit. I don't have to have anything. I can have a loose outline of what I want to do for the night, maybe, but like, you know, where we're just chilling, you know, like I feel like a lot of times I belong in this room more than I do. Well, no, because I play a lot of Fallout and Fallout related content anyway, but I think just chatting usually fits my style more, you know, like, so that, you know, when anybody comes in, like, you know, no matter what we're doing, I might be talking, I might be playing a game, or we watch something or whatever. Yeah, things, you know, but I'm having a good time. Like, I am. This is a nice night. Yeah. And thank you again for hanging out. Sometimes I really wish I had a fucking window in here. Yeah, I like just being able to be in here and one, being able to pay attention to you guys more, you know, instead of like catching you in the corner of my eye while I'm playing a video game. Like being able to just absolutely just fucking talk to you guys is nice. Now, if we can get all of you on Helldivers 2, gotta talk to Mr. Molten as well, because I want him on the squad too. He always busy, just like I am. There's a lot of things that I want to tell you guys, but I'm superstitious, so when my first product drops, I'll clue you guys in on some stuff. Hell yeah, man! Thank you. That's what I aim for. It just, like, you know, a place for people to hang out. Safe environment. This is not a place to be a dirtball, but it is a place for you to relax. No pretenses. I'm not looking to motherfucking make any statements one way or the other, unless it's about a movie or a video game, or a particular strain of flower. Dumb shit. Like, if you've got something on your mind, if there's a topic that you might want to talk about, I will offer my opinion. I'm in my 40s, so I've seen a fair amount of shit. There's probably, in fact, I would consider it an honor if older folk watched my show, because that's an interesting conversation to talk with older folk, no matter what age you are. Like, having the opportunity to talk to an older generation can kind of fill in knowledge gaps for you, and also help the older generation kind of bridge their generation with yours. it's how we stay up on lingo and things like that. You know, when we have friends that are in the younger generations, it helps us stay up on the current topics, you know, that we might not naturally stray towards in our daily lives. You know, we have other things to think about. But also for a younger person, you get a little bit of general wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just some things like life experience distilled into some advice. You know, you don't have to follow it, but like, you know, it's been decades of like, yeah, you fuck up like this, it's usually gonna end like this. You know, or if you keep on this, on the path, and you'll be all right. You know, things like that. But any topics you want to fucking discuss, I'm down. Just I'm not smart enough to fucking talk politics. Or I can talk a little bit of religion, but I'm not as concerned with people's religion as others are. As long as you try to be a good person, I don't care what fucking anything you are, as long as you try to be a good person. That's the only thing I fucking ask anybody to do is just try to be a good person. You know, I'm not saying be perfect. You know, no one is perfect. And don't try to please everyone, because that's some bullshit too. But yeah. I don't know, I lost the thread there for a second. I'm down to talk about whatever. Don't be shy. It's like there are other places you could go for political grievances or espousals of such of said beliefs. I don't like it. There's enough bad news in the world. And places for that kind of discourse. And also, once you put things out especially on the internet, like there's no coming back from that. You know, you said it. It's out there. You can try to scrub it. But whether it's the Woback machine or just some very long-memoried individual is like, I was there when you said it, and I have fucking footage. Like that's the thing is like, if you're not willing to motherfucking put your chest out, with what you say, then I would. Kind of keep it to yourself. And, even if you are willing to put your chest out like that, it's probably more prudent to pick your battles and, like, maybe create a space specifically for that kind of thing. My own playlist. There's a fair amount of movies and shows that are right now. Me and Miss Ashante, when we get together, we watch Blood of Zeus, and we watch a lot of foreign films, mostly of the Asian persuasion. Whether they be Thai, Korean, Japanese, she's a big Asian film fan, and I've kind of, I've I've always been a kung fu film fan. Like, you know, what was it? Kung Fu Theater, WDCA 20, way back in the day. On Saturdays, after all the cartoons had been had done their thing, you usually about 12 noon. Kung Fu Theater would come on, and I would be jumping through the house doing kicks and shit because I wanted to be a ninja. American Ninja was a really big thing in my life when I was a kid. My grandmother was military, and there was a movie theater on base, and American Ninja 1, 2, and 3 were in there, so I got to see all of those on man, that's a fucking memory bubble and a fucking half right there. Wow! American Ninja. That's a fucking time capsule of a movie. That's near the tail end of Ninja Exploitation, where they were cutting movies so hard and fast to like feed the endless need for ninja films, and they had American actors like starting to make appearances in their films. It's very fascinating. As far as books go, so I do like audiobooks. I haven't been reading as much or listening as much to books lately because I've been video gaming, but I've been listening to a certain channel on YouTube called Good Night's Sleep, and they do call-in radio show type stuff. So you'll have an hour of where it's like a call-in show for like your favorite fandom, let's say Harry Potter or Star Wars or Batman, like all types of fucking fandoms. But there's a radio show with a DJ, and he takes calls from the local populace and everything, and there's a running story throughout, and then after that it's about 6 to 7 hours, 7 hours of soft music for you to fucking sleep to. I highly recommend you go and check it out. There's also the Fallout fandom on there as well, like Fallout radio show, fucking brilliant. I listen to all the ones I've mentioned, not so much the Batman one, I'm in sort of a fantasy headspace right now, but they're fucking quality. So not on YouTube. We might be able to do those on maybe Kick, because I'll be honest with you, Twitch is fucking Twitch is the bit rate is shit, bro. Like, you know, like when Kick is the more stable option for a stream, it's kind of weird. I like Kick and Twitch is the only place that we could do that, unless y'all I mean, we could do it on Discord. I do have Nitro, so like we could do those things there, but like I think like if you wanted to do something like that, we could probably do it on Kick. We could probably do it on Twitch. I just don't like the quality of Twitch, and but we could do some experiments. I can't do it on YouTube though. I've watched short films on YouTube with on stream like this, or we were watching short films, and I've been struck in the middle of the stream. So like I don't really like pushing too many boundaries with YouTube. They're a very, very good source of watch time for me right now, especially with my video game streams. Like it's kind of bread and butter, so I'm not trying to get struck ever again. Yeah, no. I get you. I do. It's just, even if they're free, the only ones. Okay. If there is a movie on YouTube that is public domain, yes. Like there's a Friday the 13th, a set of fan films from Friday the 13th that I think would be fabulous for watching. Again, though, like you have to be very, 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 very careful that you have permission to publicly stream those movies. There are some. It's just safer to do it on Twitch and Kick. And even then, I'm kind of like more leaning towards Kick because it is more Wild West. Truth be told, if I was going to lean into a platform that isn't YouTube, I would probably want to lean into Kick. I know that Kick has a fucking abysmal reputation because of its proximity and association with gambling, but I'm hoping that at least I'm an alternate, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, but I'm an alternate. I'm an option on Kick for people that aren't looking for complete garbage. Yeah, and the ads on Twitch are fucking ruthless. And with the new tier, I'm just not like, like I pay for enough fucking services and subscriptions right now. I can't afford the extra. I mean, the extra fucking tier to get no ads. Now, if I'm if I have the ability, like if I start getting paid, especially if it's YouTube, which is the one I'm gunning for the most right now, it's and I can also manage to hop on Twitch, I would lean more towards turning ads off on Twitch if I'm already getting paid for the views and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do, like, I don't like ads. I don't like ads as a fucking consumer. So I can completely see it from the consumer's point of view. Now, YouTube. The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. I can see. Like a wave returns to the sea into. I can see why they have the ads, because they absolutely offer you the YouTube Prime or YouTube like the where you pay for it, which I do, and I defy you to fucking go and pay for YouTube and to go back to fucking regular YouTube, and you be happy with that. Right, like I you know what I'm saying? Like I know, that's why I like YouTube so much, because like it's one, it's the metric that I pay attention to. Like I want to get, I pay attention to all my metrics, but YouTube the most, because that's like that's where I really want to go. The other two platforms would just be icing on top. And again, if you and the platform start throwing money at me, then like with the camera, I will put it back into the channel. I am much more interested in getting a quality show going than anything else. Like you know, I got this fucking like OBS has always felt like a little TV studio, like in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I've always watched network television do, and I can do that now. I can put graphics up and fucking do, you know, everything, all that stuff, and it's the way I kind of operate. If I could play licensed music, I would be running this bitch like a fucking mini radio station, and like, you know, we would discuss topics. I would be kind of like, you know, picky about what topics and whatnot, but like some kind of way that I'm going in the future, like I would like to have guests, like I do sometimes Dion, you know, like, but I wouldn't mind having conversational guests, like my buddy Joe, and I also wouldn't mind going on walkabouts with you guys, you know, going on the road with you. If I can get my business off the ground, that might be possible, or I can do like vlogs, I guess. You know, there are certain conventions I'd like to go to. Like I would like to go to Comic-Con, like the big one, you know, like maybe San Diego Comic-Con, that would be, but also New York, but San Diego more because I wouldn't mind going to Cali, you know, obviously. I've never been to the West Coast, so I would very much like to do that. But it all starts with me really getting on board with YouTube. There we go. Agree with the analytics. That's what I was looking for. See, I'm almost halfway. It's slow work sometimes because I'm a small streamer. Who fuck cares about, you know, like I you know, and I don't bot, and like I even had opportunities when I first started streaming. There was always somebody in here trying to, hey, we can bump your numbers, we can do that. There's no reason for me to fucking be here and put all this motherfucking energy into like you guys I don't know if you ever encountered me in my very earliest streaming capacity, but if you look hard enough into my old videos, like, you know, like where I'm at now, even with the audio problems that I have still sometimes, like, you know, like I am leaps and bounds ahead of where I used to be, but there are some things that I did try doing that when I was new that I would like to go back and maybe try again. But I've put a lot of work into this channel, like and some of it you don't even realize how much energy you put into it until you're far down the line and you're like, man, you know, like it's like when you look at your fucking, like, you look at your how many hours you've played in your favorite game, and you haven't looked in a while, or, you know, suddenly get to the end of a very large book that you were like, man, it's gonna take me forever to read this book, and all of a sudden you've got this tome that you've consumed. And you're like, damn. Let's watch something and then we'll come back. There are other playlists that I have to answer part of the question earlier. There are other playlists that I have. My music playlist has been shifting. Like I like YouTube just for the fact that, like, you know, you go on music, and whether it's you or your friends or whatever, like, you can discover so much music that you would have had to dig for in a previous decade. You know, you'd still find it, but, you know, like, it would be you and your friends be like, hey man, I got this album that I found, you know, or there's a site you can go, or you'd have to go through your favorite torrent website to fucking find all this stuff back in the day, or your favorite news group, if anybody remembers news groups, because that used to be a thing. Remember IRC? Soulseek. Oh, where's my boy Joe? Oh, he's offline. Okay. New game each week. Definitive Thief. Ooh. Okay. So, this just came out a couple of days ago, and I figured, we could take a look at, this. This is the plot of the Fallout movie. It's Fallout lore. So, Mr. Merlin, it should scratch a certain itch for you as well. But yeah, this is by Synonymous, a Fallout lore nerd. So if you don't already somehow know who Synonymous is, go check him out. But let's boogie.
I have mentioned several times how Vault-Tec wanting to start the Great War was in the original Fallout film that was cancelled, a theme that was then revisited in the Fallout TV show. That is, Vault-Tec wanting to start the Great War, not actually starting it. But I have never covered the rest of the Fallout film, and I think it's about time I fixed that. In 1998, before Fallout 2 had even been released, writer Brent V. Friedman created a second draft treatment for a Fallout film. This wasn't a finished script, more of a detailed story outline, and many of the names were clearly placeholders. A third revision was produced but has never been found. The second draft, which I'll go through today, was later made public in March 2011. The story opens in what appears to be present-day Los Angeles. At a street tram station, a crowd of people wait for the morning ride. Among them is our hero, a restless young man who looks bored and disconnected from the world around him. He chats with a friend about a dream he had the night before, one of fishing in a clear mountain stream. His friend warns him that it's not healthy to dream of such things. When the tram finally arrives, everyone files inside for their daily commute. At first, the ride seems ordinary. Through the tram's window, we see familiar LA streets rushing by.
Shit.
Then the lights flicker, leaving the passengers in the dark. A voice informs them there is a technical difficulty and viewing will be unavailable. The city outside isn't real, it's a projected film loop, and the tram has barely moved a few feet from the platform. The hero is actually inside Vault 13, a vast underground shelter home to thousands of survivors from before the Great War. The entire facility has been built to resemble a retro-futuristic version of...
So, it would have been really, really cool if we had gotten a vault like this. And you can kind of see this sort of concept in Watoga City in Fallout 76. It's not in a vault or anything, but like the futuristic city with the tram and everything, like it kind of like has the same vibe to it. And like there's some big vaults in 76 where you kind of could see something like that, but like having a whole like city, I know like this one has like projection and everything, but like can you imagine wandering around what feels like a city-sized vault? That would be amazing.
1950s LA, complete with false daylight, artificial trees, and climate-controlled streets. Its purpose is to keep its population content and sane in total isolation. But our hero is not coping well with this latest breakdown. In fact, he causes quite a stir, protesting aloud to the other commuters that he's tired of having his whole life manufactured. There must be something better. Video surveillance captures his public outburst, and Vault police are sent to arrest him. A female officer runs him down after he tries to escape. The hero knows the vault inside out, using passageways most dwellers don't even think about. But it doesn't take her long to cut him off and tackle him to the ground, something she's wanted to do for quite some time, as she's grown tired of the hero's public rants. This wasn't his first, and it won't be his last. To her disappointment, her superiors instruct her to let him go. Later in the day, the hero is at his prestigious job as Assistant Vault Supervisor, working on supply inventory. While doing his job, he inspects the Vault's GEC, the Garden of Eden creation kit, a miraculous one-shot terraforming device to be used by the Vault dwellers upon eventual emergence onto the surface.
I am kind of mad that we've never gotten to use a GEC before. To my knowledge. Have we ever deployed a GEC before?
Every day, he watches an old promo tape about it, dreaming of using it himself. But then he discovers something serious. The Vault's water purification chip is broken, and the backups are all gone. There's only a week of water left before the Vault runs dry, and chaos ensues. The hero takes this discovery to his boss, who's also his father, and the man praises the hero for his sharp mind, but also scorns him for the scene he caused during the morning commute. He's seen videotape of the tram incident, so there's no denying it, and his father warns him to stop disturbing the peace, as one day there will come a time where he won't be able to help. There seems to be some internal strife among the population. Some believe the surface is damnation, while others think it's salvation. It becomes a generational thing. Youngsters want out, grow up, and accept their lives in the vault. They then have kids of their own, and the cycle repeats. But the hero points out to his father that all of his generation's complaints are now irrelevant, as without water...
a GEC was used in conjunction with the water for purification system in Fallout 3. So technically, yes, we have tangentially set off a gek, sort of.
Albino Vault. In response, the ruling elders, a first-gen group of 7 survivors, including the hero's father, hold a secret meeting. By the end of it, they decide the water crisis must be kept from the public, as they cannot afford to instill panic. But they also know they are running out of time, and something drastic needs to be done. Someone needs to go outside and locate a new water chip. The
Sounds
head
familiar.
or overseer chooses the hero to lead the mission, and he won't be going alone. His companions are the female security officer, a quirk.
Kind of like the basically taking the plot from Fallout 1 and applying it here, sort of.
And inventive tech, who's also his friend, and a cocky surface scholar. Now, Vault 13's frame of reference to the outside is from pre-nuclear times in 2003. Oh yeah, the Great War was in 2003.
Our first official difference.
No one from the Vault has been above ground since. Intel probes show rad levels are basically livable, and they have infrared reading that some life on the surface has survived. However, after nuclear war, all communications with the other 12 vaults in Southern California have been lost. How much of the world has rebuilt itself, if any, is completely unknown. Since all of the vaults are identical in design, the Overseer tells the group that Vault 8 is their primary target. That's the only vault they know of. It's a 2-day hike, but at the end of it, they could have a water chip. If this doesn't work, their plan B is to use the Yellow Pages, known as a nifty pre-war source of information, showing just how old this film treatment really is. During the team's short but intense training, the Surface Scholar claims to know everything about pre-war firearms, but nothing prepares the group for the destructive power of guns. When our hero proves to be uncomfortable with weapons, the Surface Scholar makes a hostile bid for leader position. This only gets the female officer keyed up to make her own bid, as she believes she could fight them both at the same time and still win. This causes the techie to admit he's nervous about the whole mission, and then the Overseer steps in to control the situation. He warns the group that they must work together, or not only will they die, but the entire vault will also perish. And that seems to restore order, for now. Back at home, late at night, the hero
Overseer's like,
admits
stop
his
being
father
children.
has always dreamed of a trip above ground, but not under these circumstances. His father is very proud that his son was chosen to lead the expedition, because if he succeeds, he will be granted the position of elder, eventually replacing his father or joining him at the table when a position is available. Alone in his room, the hero looks out of his window, viewing a similar film loop to the one on the tram. He sees a distant creek, the same from his dreams, and this makes him excited to see the real world for the very first time. Then, while packing for the expedition, the hero finds his marriage kit. Marriages are pre-arranged based on genetic potential and needs of the vault. Among the kit is a picture of his intended or future wife, and he asks his father if he can say goodbye to her, just in case he doesn't return, but his father says no. Nevertheless, the hero slips away later that night to bid a secret farewell. It's clear they don't love each other, but they've accepted their roles in the vault. The hero can't tell her why he's leaving because he doesn't want her to panic, but he does tell her to start working out an alternative life chart in case he doesn't make it back from the surface. They part as good friends, with her admiring both his courage and his honesty. The next morning, the Chosen Four are given 1-week survival kits, weapons, and cash to buy a replacement ship, if able, and are sent outside. Leaving Vault 13 is a big moment for the Vault, and the Elders are watching the events unfold with a live video feed that the techie friend is carrying. Out here, we start to learn that, much like our hero, each of the other 3 members have at one time all voiced desires to go above ground. So to actually be doing it is like a dream come true. But soon, that dream becomes a living nightmare. The world is exactly as we would expect. A vast, arid wasteland of rubble. Already the techie is lamenting the heat, how heavy his pack is. He's seriously doubting if he'll make it to Vault 8.
Oh, this is the site, or the channel, I was telling you about. Yeah, he always gets dirty. Okay. So this is the channel, Good Night's Sleep. So they have Oblivion, Fallout. He's got his own D&D. I think it's sort of like D&D, but anyway, the Cursed Tavern thing is real good. He's got playlists for you. Night Shift Radio, which like that's the Batman one. Midnight Oil for Fallout. Night Shift Radio for Death Star. Like there's all kinds of shit. Like he's got good stuff, and it's for you to go to sleep to or study or whatever. If you're just trying to mellow the fuck out. He has a lot of stuff, so go check him out.
Then he spots his salvation, a payphone in desert rubble. Techie races for the yellow pages, thinking he can just order a water chip over the phone, which is really stupid, and I think you'll agree because as Techie reaches the phone, he gets shot through the head, and the vid feed to the elders is lost. The hero...
Like, why would you even think that, like, a phone would work? Like... Okay.
Hero has no time to mourn his friend, as suddenly the scout team is attacked by scavengers cresting a nearby hill. The lead scavenger smirks at his payphone trap, declaring to the other scavs, "Stupid vault dwellers fall for it every time," revealing that other vault dwellers have been to the surface. But where are they now? There's no time for questions though, and a vicious gun battle ensues, where our team struggles with their new weapons. The biggest problem is that our team's single-shot weapons are vastly inferior to the scavengers' automatic ones. Hiding amongst the rubble, Hero and Scholar disagree over their course of action. Scholar wants to attack the scavengers, while the Hero insists that they stay focused and proceed to Vault 8. The officer has the deciding vote, and she backs the Hero, but only because she doesn't trust them to pull their weight in a firefight. So they slip away, leaving Techie's body behind. The trek through the wasteland.
And honestly, this feels more like Wasteland than, or at least the way that the script is laying out, like the way the story is being told, it feels more like Wasteland than Fallout. Like it's Fallout skinned, but the whole party thing is more Wasteland than Fallout. Like, I mean, yeah, you have companions in Fallout, but they don't usually, they're like, want to fight you for leadership or fucking express, you know, I mean, sometimes, like, if you do the companion stories and all that stuff, but not like a party of, like, 3 or 4 people that have very different ideas about how to go about things, like, actively, vocally, different about how they go about things.
And is harrowing, to say the least. Searing heat is cooking them inside their suits, and their water supply has nearly evaporated. There is talk about ditching the vault suits so they can cool off, but the elders warned them before they left that while low-level radiation may not affect them, it could affect both any future children they have and their chances of being allowed to have children if they make it back to the vault. They all agree that the next generation is good for the vaults, but the heat is too much, and the Hero removes his jumpsuit. The officer follows, but Scholar stubbornly refuses, until he passes out, after which we can assume they removed his...
Dumbass. We told you you were going to get heat stroke.
After a couple of days, they finally arrive at Vault 8, only to discover the door is wide open. Amidst the destruction and human remains, they find terrifying skeletons, belonging to giants like humans roughly 9 feet tall and weighing the same as a small car. The group enters the vaults, and in what's left of the security office, the officer finds a videotape of what happened. The vault was attacked by hideous humanoid monstrosities, or mutants, seemingly impervious to bullets. She wonders if these mutant things could still be inside Vault 8, somewhere on the lower levels. The hero says they need to find a water chip and shows his bravery when he volunteers to venture down alone into the dark bowels of Vault 8. It's a ghost town inside. As an expert on vault layout and design, the hero descends 3 levels using a rope from the survival kit. The place is identical to Vault 13, and he manages to find the water purifier without any trouble. But he finds the whole mechanism decayed, the water chip is corroded, and all hope is lost. Then, behind him, the rope comes loose, and the hero realizes he's set off an alarm and starts running, searching for another way out. The hero navigates through the ruins and manages to escape, only to be captured near the exits by a Mad Max-inspired type character. His name is also Max. Max has already caught and bound both officer and scholar and is impressed with the hero's survival skills, stating no one has ever made it back from
It's
level
just
1.
the fucking the Vault Dweller from Fallout 2.
For trespassing. But then Max notices the insignia on the hero's water canteen. Max asks what they are doing here, and the hero explains they're searching for a water chip. Despite the odds, Max offers to help them in exchange for Vault 13's Gek. The other scouts insist Hero can't make the deal, as each vault only has 1 Gek, and that is their future. But Hero reasons the future is a luxury they can't afford right now, and tells Max he has a deal. Max then takes the scouts to a trading post about a day's ride from Vault 8, a place...
So Vault 8 didn't have the Gek? At all? Or was it already, like, rated? Like, aren't... No, not all vaults will have Geks, I guess, according to lore.
Called the Hub, where they can barter for a water chip. They travel through a desert in Max's customized ATV. On the way to the hub, they see a walled-in village where a 2-headed boy waves at them. Max is disgusted by the boy and calls him a Fallout freak. The village is full of people like the boy, dwellers who exited their vault too early.
We're watching something by Synonymous about a Fallout movie treatment.
During this ride, Max and the officer grow close, while Max's relationship with the scholar goes the other way, as the scholar's formal knowledge of the wasteland clashes with Max's survival mentality. Among the noise, the hero keeps to himself and begins recording details of his quest on his Pip-Boy, the death of Techie at the hands of the scavengers, giants destroying Vault 8, the mutant village, and so on. Long story short, the surface is a harsh world he never imagined, and the rest of Vault 13 need to know how bad it truly is. Speaking of, back in Vault 13, the hero's intended is told by the Overseer that her assigned partner has been quarantined due to some virus he's picked up on the surface. In fact, the entire scout team has been sealed away. With Hero's job no longer being filled, she takes over, becoming the new assistant vault supervisor. Because of her new job, she understands or heavily suspects that she will never see Hero again. But she's curious as to what he was doing on the surface in the first place, as he never told her why. So she asks a friend, and through a series of cutaways, we would see her question snowball through the vault. A rumor surfaces that if the scout team got sick on the surface, then they are stuck in the vault for who knows how long. And as I said earlier, lots of the youngers, people aged from 15 to 35, really want to leave the vault, but now they think they can't, and this starts to unravel the social stability of Vault 13.
Naturally.
On the surface, Max drives his ATV to the top of Hollywood Hills.
Isn't that Griffith Observatory right there?
Is stunned by the sight. It looks nothing like the
yeah, because the
vault. LA has literally
that's LA in the series. Yeah, it is Griffith Observatory.
Spreading from the foot of the hills all the way to the ocean. Poking up through the canopy are the remains of the scattered LA skyline. According to Max, this jungle was created by multiple Geks, used when the soil was still irradiated. Nobody knows who started it.
Oh, wow.
Venturing into the jungle in the ATV, the group utilizes remnants of the old freeway system. Oddly enough, a few stoplights are still working and are still ignored. The hero notices semi-mutated kids living in the treetops like monkeys. Max explains they are the result of a nasty mutant experiment conducted on humans. They
Wow.
rule the jungle and should be avoided at all costs. Later in the day, they arrive at the hub, the blasted out remains of the Beverly Center shopping mall. There is valet parking outside for those who can afford it, and Max leaves his precious ATV with a shifty valet, warning him that he's now sitting on a mine. If he leaves the seat, it blows. If he tries to disarm it, it blows. If the odometer changes, you guessed it, it blows. Only Max's remote will turn it off. Inside
Shit.
the hub, each store is now a trader's stall where tools, supplies, and even human slaves are traded. Our team is forced, like every other shopper, to check their weapons at the door. Max warns
Fair.
them that this is a very dangerous
So
place,
Mad Max
to
Beyond
only follow
Thunderdome
his
type
lead,
shit.
and always keep your eye on the nearest exit. For the moment,
Fair.
everyone inside the mall is watching them. They're
See, again, this reminds me of Wasteland 2 with the Bazaar. I think it was Wasteland. Yes, Wasteland 2 with the Bazaar.
immaculate Vault 13 canteens signal them as recently surfaced Vault dwellers. In other words, easy targets with rare supplies and pristine genetics. While walking through the mall, Max explains that Vault 13 is the last vault in SoCal to open, meaning it's a lot of people's last chance to score big, and they need to be careful. At one of the stalls, the cocky scholar is embarrassed when he tries to barter for a water chip. He has $5,000, no longer in circulation, and a Visa card. Even Max is embarrassed
Wow.
by the group's naivety. The hero then spots a couple of scavengers, the same ones who murdered Techie. They are selling his friend's personal belongings and his organs. Because no one has
Wow.
any weapons, it turns into a huge brawl. The guys are getting whooped, especially the scholar, causing Max to reluctantly intervene. But the female officer beats him to it, showing her amazing fighting skills in dispatching the scavengers. Max is plenty impressed, but that doesn't stop the group from being arrested.
Yeah.
Shortly after being arrested, they are brought before Decker, the insidious mayor of the hub. His office
Oh,
is
lovely.
inside the last remaining movie theater, and the group has to wait for its favorite scene in Blade Runner to end.
Ah.
When it has, it becomes clear to the others that Decker and Max have a history, an unpleasant history. But when Decker sees the strangers are from Vault 13, he's willing to forgive transgressions and allows them to barter with him
That's
directly.
fucking suspicious.
In return for a water chip, Decker wants 2 of their lives, and one of them has to be the female officer. Naturally, the hero objects, and Max says they will have to think about it before deciding. Decker then has them escorted away and tells them they will talk business in the morning. The hero explains to Max that he wants to go to another trading hub, but there is no other hub. Of course, there's rumors of others existing out there, but no one has ever seen them, and Max only has enough fuel to get them from Vault 8 to this hub and back. So this is as good as it gets. Max, being the cold, pragmatic man that he is, tells the hero and scholar to either take the deal or take a hike. In the morning, they can draw straws to see who gives themselves up for the good of the vault. Weren't they volunteering their lives when they left the vault anyway? So how
Wow.
is this any different? With time to spare, the group goes to Decker's private club. Max buys our trio some drinks and tells them to loosen up. The dinner specials include coyote stew, grilled gecko, and an assortment of other exotic food.
Oh, somebody's getting
After
kidnapped.
dinner, Scholar unwisely partakes in the various female desserts on offer. While Hero is tempted by the semi-mutated women, all trying to get their hands on his pristine bodily fluids, he spends his time alone, continuing his Pip-Boy chronicle, before contemplating the trio's dire predicament. Just then, an ancient, self-proclaimed historian approaches the hero, wanting to know all the details of
See?
Vault 13. It turns out the historian is writing the definitive book on World War III, and Vault 13 is the final chapter. The historian explains to Hero that each vault was populated by upper-middle-class families, buying the equivalent of timeshares in the future. The hero asks how the war
Fair enough.
started, and is shocked to learn that it wasn't China, North Korea, or India that fired the first strike. The first nuclear bomb was launched by the creator of the vaults, a zealot businessman who wanted to fulfill his own prophecy of world annihilation. The first bomb triggered a panic chain reaction among other countries, leading to a 4-hour-long World War
I mean, that is
III.
one of the theories.
While the hero is learning history, Max and the officer share a private room in the club. You can imagine what they got up to. But before they do, Max shares his backstory. He was born inside Vault 8. They had peace and tranquility for many years, until mutants attacked. The vault was ruined and many of the dwellers were either taken or killed. The survivors left Vault 8, taking their Gek to start a new life. But it wasn't long until his father was killed by scavengers, and the Gek was stolen. The dwellers fell to pieces after that, and Max was sold as a slave to Decker. Over time, Max helped Decker build the hub. After earning his trust, Max escaped, returning to Vault 8, where he's been surviving ever since. It's been decades since the vault was destroyed, but Max has always dreamed of living out his father's wish of using a Gek to build a safe place for vault dwellers to live. During the night, the hub is attacked by mutants. Max urges the hero and the officer to flee. Mutants can't be stopped by bullets, so they must run away in order to survive. But the hero doesn't want to leave Scholar behind, who's still busy with the semi-mutated women. Max admires Hero's loyalty, but suggests a good leader can make tough decisions for the betterment of the group, and this is one of them. Luckily, the hero doesn't have to decide, as Scholar appears moments later, saying he's found a way out. Max is skeptical, but he follows them directly into an ambush, where Decker is waiting with a gang of mutants. It turns out Scholar has sold them out, offering both the hero and the officer to Decker in exchange for a couple of water chips and a stockpile of automatic weapons. Scholar's seen the future, and he knows what the vault needs most: spare water chips and better firepower. It's clear to the group that Decker is in league with the mutants, and they are the ones with a real interest in the vault dwellers. Without warning, Max pulls a gun on the female officer and tells the mutants if they want her alive, they can have her, but only once he gets a Gek. Everyone is shocked by this betrayal. Decker refuses to be cut out of the deal, telling Max that he can never trade at the hub again. But Max doesn't plan to, and shoots Decker in the heart, instantly ending his life.
Wow.
With Decker out of the deal, Max believes he's the one in charge. But the mutants want more than 3 humans for a Gek. They want the location of Vault 13, and Max agrees to give it to them, but only when he has both a Gek and safe passage back to his ATB. The mutants agree to the terms, and the 3 vault dwellers are taken away by the mutants, who inhabit the vast underground parking lots and tunnels beneath the shopping centre.
That's smart.
In the remnants of an old hospital, hero, officer, and Scholar are made captive in a medical lab holding cell. Scholar rationalizes his traitorous decision, claiming it was for the good of the vault, and in a way, it was. Even so, he's still sorry, and when the mutants return, he volunteers to go first. However, upon being tortured, he quickly surrenders Vault 13's location. Hero and officer watch in horror as Scholar is prepared to be dipped in the Forced Evolutionary Virus, or FEV. The Master is the one doing the dipping, the leader of the mutants. It turns out the Master could not afford to buy into a vault, so he created FEV to adapt Fallout's...
Why? Why? Just present the story as it was. Didn't need to unnecessarily change his backstory.
Survivors like himself to hostile radiation conditions. The formula worked, and superhuman side effects were a pleasant surprise. But we also learn that mutants are sterile and need humans to sustain their numbers. This is why the Master turned the
bones are there
into a jungle with a bunch of stolen Geks from the other vaults. LA is just a cattle field for humans, an inviting oasis amidst the wasteland. Before now, the Master had been testing all sorts of genetic combinations, and our heroes represent his last chance at creating fertile bloodlines. In other words, a mutated Adam and Eve, the beginning of his master race. Meanwhile, Max is led to a huge warehouse filled with everything the mutants have pillaged over the years, and is given a Gek.
Wow.
However, it's defective. The mutants don't care, They already have Vault 13's location from Scholar. Feeling the deal wasn't honored, Max takes matters into his own hands and uses some of the amazing weaponry in the warehouse to overpower the mutants. Back in the hospital, Hero and Officer are dangling above vats of FEV. Max bursts in using a turbo plasma rifle and rescues them at the last second. According to Max, this was his plan all along. It's difficult to trust him, but to prove his loyalty, Max hands over a water chip also taken from the warehouse, which Hero accepts, and for now, they're back on good terms. Max then destroys the bats with explosives.
Dubious
but Scholar
motherfuckers.
has already been dipped and can't be saved, so they leave him behind. As mutants close in, the group blasts their way out of the underground labyrinth.
I wonder if
using
we'll
more
see
explosives.
Scholar again.
Many tunnels collapse and they escape. However, the Master is still alive, and he tells Scholar, who's quickly becoming a mutant, not to worry, as he has a cunning plan.
Uh-oh.
Back on the surface, the terrified valet is still keeping Max's seat nice and warm, but as they race out of the jungle, mutants driving their own vehicles follow in hot pursuit. A lethal, high-speed car chase ensues on the twisted remains of the freeway system, with
that's a
mutants
nice
waiting
painting.
at every turn. Amazingly, the mutants seem to give up the chase as the ATV reaches the edge of the LA basin. Our heroes finally make it back to Vault 13. Understandably, the hero and the officer believe they are saviors. But when communication is initiated with the Vault interior, the Overseer rejects their re-entry.
I'm
And
glad
that
you're
is when
enjoying
the
this,
truth is
Merlin.
revealed. The whole time, Vault 13 hasn't had a water crisis. The water chip wasn't broken, and even if it was, they have several spares. This quest wasn't about finding a water chip, but about purifying the Vault's collective conscious. While this was the Overseer's
Just getting
plan,
rid of the
it
fucking
wasn't what the
troublemakers.
rest of the Elders knew of or wanted, and they were outraged, especially the hero's father. While the trio is trapped outside, the Master and an army of mutants led by the Scholar mutant arrive at Vault 13. Max, the hero, and the officer fend them off using weapons from the warehouse, and they do their best, but it's a lost cause. The mutants are advancing. Until the hero's intended opens the vault door. The Overseer orders her to stop, but she won't. She wants to save the hero. And in retaliation, the Overseer kills her for the good of the vault. But not all is lost, because the hero's father finishes what she started and lets the trio back inside. And there they challenge the Overseer's authority and implore the other elders to help him arm the populace. The vault door is wide open, and dozens of mutants are on their way inside. The vault dwellers are using their best weapons at this point. They have no other choice but to do so, and they do a pretty good job at fighting them off. But in the end, most of the dwellers die, including the hero's father, who draws his last breath, telling his son he's proud of him. Also, as the Master enters the vault, he recognizes the Overseer. He was the one who created the vaults. He was the one who started World War III 50 years ago. And
Wow.
instead of using the Overseer's prime DNA, the Master destroys him instead. As the battle winds down, the hero bravely takes on the Scholar mutant. Using his knowledge of the vault, the hero leads him into a brutal trap, crushing him to death beneath the tram.
Fair.
Meanwhile, Max and the officer double-team to defeat the Master. When the dust has settled and the mutants have been repelled, the hero honors his deal with Max. Even though the Gek now represents Vault 13's best hope for survival, he gives it to him anyway. And Max offers to let the survivors join him, but the hero doesn't think they are quite ready for the world above and needs some time to adjust. The officer is torn between staying with the remaining dwellers or going with Max, but she ultimately decides to stay with her people. Then, as Max is leaving Vault 13 with the Gek, the Master is playing possum and injects him with a last strain of FEV.
Oh,
The
wow.
hero intervenes and kills the Master once and for all, but Max is slowly becoming something awful. He doesn't want to become a mutant and asks the hero to end his life. He'd do it himself, but he can feel the virus preventing him from doing so. Heartbroken, the officer won't let Hero do it, but he takes charge of the situation, saying this is one of those tough decisions a good leader has to make, and he won't let Max's death be in vain. Sometime later, outside the entrance of Vault 13, the officer is waiting with a group of 50 scared survivors, all that's left of the vault, and they are ready to go. From below, we hear a single gunshot, and moments later, the hero emerges with the Gek, and he's ready to lead the survivors in search of a new home. Even though he just said they weren't ready to leave, but whatever, I guess. The officer looks in admiration at the leader our hero has become. What began as animosity between peers has become mutual respect, with the promise of so much more. After an unknown amount of time, we would see the Vault Dwellers settled in a peaceful village called Arroyo, where the hero initiates
So it is
the game,
Fallout,
turning
the first
this
game,
little
really.
portion of the earth into a lush paradise. In what would have been the final scene, our hero and the officer, truly the new Adam and Eve, would be surrounded by their children, fishing in a stream, where the hero would catch a real fish, just as he told Techie in the very first scene, bringing his journey full circle.
That's pretty cool.
And that would have been the plot for the Fallout movie, at least in its second draft. So many things were different.
Could have used
from
the
Fallout
revision
1.
a little bit, but
The timeline, the characters, the locations, even the core story changed. One
yeah.
of the biggest shifts is the timeline itself. The Great
Fair.
War lasting 4 hours, not 2. The story taking place only 50 years after the bombs fell, not 84. Then LA being more than just a ruined city. It's a giant farm masquerading as an oasis where mutants control humans. It's similar but very different. Vehicles are also heavily used, making the wasteland more mobile and much more dangerous. The changes around the vaults are just as noticeable. Instead of a lone vault dweller heading out in search of a water chip, a whole group is sent on a mission to save their vaults, the first ever to leave. In Fallout 1, Zed and Talius have already left the vault by the time the playable character does. And in Fallout 1, the water chip is actually failing, it's not just an excuse to get rid of people. Then Vault 13 is the last vault in SoCal to open. That could still be true depending on how you view the show. Also, each vault only having one Gek, not 2, and these devices are far more important to the plot. The team's goal is to reach Vault 8 for a water chip, not Vault 15 like in the game. And then there's Jacoran, the Vault creator, who's also partly responsible for starting World War III. A small detail that completely changes the bigger picture.
Something that bothers me about fucking subtitles and subtitle narration is when they obviously fucking say something like World War III and it says World War II. It's just a small thing, but like if I've got to read it and I see I can hear him say it and it says something, sorry. I watch foreign movies and subtitles are important, and I don't like it when they're wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like bad dubbing.
We also can't forget about the Master and the mutants either. The Master's backstory is totally different here. He's not Richard Moreau, exiled from a vault. Instead, he's a pre-war man who never got inside one. His base is now a hospital, not the cathedral, which I actually like better.
Yeah, that's
that
kind of
also
cool.
means there's no Mariposa and no lieutenants. Even more fascinating, the Master created FEV himself, instead of discovering it at Mariposa. Weirdly, the Master moves around in this story, though it's not clear if vehicles help him with this, or if he's more similar to a super mutant and not some strange blob like in the first game. But what I love most is how he uses technology from the vaults that he conquers. He doesn't just raid them for prime normals, but uses their Geks to shape the world in his favor, tricking people into entering LA, an oasis where they can be dipped and added to his army. Finally, I have to mention the absence of the children of the cathedral. Naturally, without a cathedral, they don't exist. Instead, Decker kind of becomes the leader of the human side of things, replacing Morpheus as the human leader, and the hub replaces the cathedral. I'm not sure if Decker is the same Decker from Fallout 1. His name sounds the same, but it's spelled slightly different. But their core roles are very similar, and they both can be found at places called the hub. Could be a reimagining of the character, like many things in the Fallout film, or just two separate characters? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
You know, it's something we'd probably have to do on a Discord type thing, or I don't know, like we might be able to get away with it on Kick, but I wouldn't mind watching the show with you guys. And like, you know, in preparation for the new season, that would be kind of cool.
In the end, the film is just another what if that makes you look at the series in a slightly different light. I don't think we'll ever see this version on screen, but now that I've read it, I can't help but picture it and wonder what might have been.
I mean, it could still be like, you know, like that is fertile ground. Like maybe doing prequel shows like in the future, like doing like the very first, like, you know, Fallout in a TV show format. That would be kind of dope. The rise and fall of the Master, you know, Fallout 2 with the Enclave. Fallout 3 would make a fantastic motherfucking TV show. New Vegas, we're getting that.
No matter
You know,
what Fallout game you play, the Maxon name.
hold up, yeah. There is a lot of potential in adapting the Fallout universe for a TV show. I don't recommend movie formats for anything unless you're going to make it into like a 3 picture, like the best it can be type thing. And even then, I would still recommend doing a Netflix series or Amazon or something like, or an HBO if you want to be really bold. Um, but I would definitely be down. It's the same thing. Like, have y'all ever fucking read and or listened to the audiobook World War Z? And I implore you not to think about that travesty that was that fucking movie. Except for the cat that was on the poster, that was chef's kiss, but that was the only thing that was good in that whole fucking movie. But the audiobook especially is fully voiced and very well done. And the reason I bring it up is because that's another property that I would see done in a television series format, or okay, so World War Z is broken up into interviews, and I would be completely at home with having each season or each episode being like an interview, and if you gave each interview its own season, would make me love you even more, because there is enough material in each interview, because it's their whole ass story of survival. You know what I'm saying? So like every interview could be its own fucking flavor. You know, like it's a season all its own. Like, you know, like you're at different places. You know what I'm saying? Like the potential there is astounding, and the fact that they chose to do that fucking abomination, and I don't care if it's Brad Pitt, because I've seen Brad Pitt in some really good films and I've seen some trash, but like like you had a responsibility to a wonderful property, and you really fucking fumbled the shit out of it. It's always irked me, because you could have done it at the very least in a Band of Brothers type way, you know, if you wanted to be a more traditional person. But I would definitely go with the way I described it. Like you definitely could have every interview it's a whole complete fucking season. It was phenomenal. I highly recommend you go and download it and listen to it. It's World War Z. It's by Max Brooks, and it is probably one of the best renditions of a zombie apocalypse ever. And there's also the Zombie Survival Guide, which is also in audiobook format and includes other material that is not in World War Z. I would more term that as supplemental material, but it was the first book that Max Brooks did on the topic of World War Z, and I do highly recommend it. But the actual book World War Z is it was a game changer in my life. It informed a good portion of my life for a while. Like, that's all I listened to. Like, it's one of those things that I would get stuck on. But absolutely phenomenal. Fully voiced by an entire cast. It's not just one dude. It's an entire cast of stellar fucking stars. You will recognize most of them that you're listening to. And even the ones you don't immediate, you'll know their voice kind of. Like, you'll recognize some people. So yeah, go find that. But let's go ahead and do this, because we did just talk about like the new season of Fallout coming. So let's see what this is about. I've seen it before, but let's watch it together. This is also by Synonymous.
Season 2 of the Fallout show. I've watched the trailer several times, combing through every last frame to see what this season has to offer. And my god, it's a lot. The trailer opens with Lucy following Cooper through the desert, heading toward New Vegas. Soon after, Lucy says to a mysterious stranger that she's looking for someone, and the woman replies,
Common story around here. Someone you care about, or someone you hate?
I don't know if this is just me or not, but I swear the voice sounds exactly like Rose Cassidy. Her answer,
A little bit, yeah.
Common story around here.
could be her referencing her encounter with the courier in New Vegas, who was also looking for someone. Could be nothing, but have a listen and let me know what you think.
Mojave's almost buzzing like a cazador now. Must be all the Blood Legion and NCR spilling over the Colorado.
Someone you care about, or someone you hate?
As they're getting close, Cooper asks Lucy if she wants to know why the world ended, saying it started here with one man. That man can only be Mr. House. We saw him in Season 1 speaking to Voltec, alongside other executives from different...
So that he kind of looks like Mr. House, but I am much more at home with the actor they got for him in this season.
companies. I'm not sure why Cooper believes House is the reason the world ended. In the game, House predicted the end of the world and made preparations to ensure he survived. Of course, his calculations were slightly off, so the Platinum chip never arrived and his Securitrons never received their upgrade. If House did start the war, you'd think he'd have timed it better, so I feel as though Cooper is implying House's actions, or inactions, led to other groups starting the war, and House didn't literally push the button, so to speak. We then shift to some pre-war shots of Vegas, the Lucky 38 at the center, with the Tops and Gamora nearby. There's no sign of Vault 21, although I can't imagine it was marketed as a hotel just yet. Despite being a star, Cooper isn't here to perform, but to support his wife, who's on a work trip to see Mr. Robert House. After this, Lucy is seen waking up inside a pristine-looking room. She looks around as though she's seeing it for the very first time. Could be a suite inside the Lucky 38, or a hotel room inside Vault 21. It has the same carpets, the same colour of wood as the Vault furniture, but that's not enough to confirm anything. There's also pre-war food and a very expensive giddy-up buttercup.
Yeah.
I can't tell you why, but this room really makes me uncomfortable. Everything is toward the center and not against the walls. It looks more like a movie set, so the food could be
Either a movie set or an observation room, like you are being watched. Like, obviously being watched, but like you're like you're an exhibit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody can observe you from all angles. And it is kind of cool seeing a giddy up buttercup like in you know, in all its glory. It's a little less detailed. Like, you know, like the ones we get in game are like, you know, like they're parts and you can take them, you know what I'm saying, you can replace parts or something like that, like they can be taken apart. This looks like a molded single piece, you know, at least from this shot.
A prop, and Lucy is expected to wear this yellow dress for some reason. I don't really know what's going on here, where it is, why she's here, but it's not normal. From there, the trailer cuts to Victor from the game. Coop is also here in the background. There's some NCR recruitment posters on the wall.
Maybe she's in that vault. Remember the one that House took over when he took over New Vegas in the modern time, and he cheated all those vault dwellers out of their vault. Maybe that's the vault she's waking up in.
But there's no one else around. We
House
know
trying to
the
make her
NCR
feel more
is having some trouble
comfortable.
since Shady Sands was nuked. They showed up as remnants in Season 1, fighting at the Griffith Observatory under Moldaver's leadership. But their strength is...
All things considered, I'm not too off-put by the power armor. I am pleased that they did it practically. Like I said, all things considered, and the cosplay space has absolutely made it possible for a decent suit to be constructed that doesn't look like a cosplayer made it, or that it was like, you know, like that it is a cosplay and not a real suit of armor. I mean, they still kind of fucking all right. The power armor jostles about too much for my liking for being power armor. Let's just say it. But there are worse versions of robotic armor out there, that practical versions anyway, and even CGI. So, like, you know what? Let's take what we can get, and hopefully, maybe in this season, the power armor is even better. I really don't like fucking armor jostling around like you're wearing not fucking power armor.
It's long gone. Even the Rangers are leading different lives, as opposed to being reassigned somewhere else. The room looks recently abandoned, and its location could be anywhere, really. Camp McCarran being a strong choice, with Victor guarding the monorail, maybe? If Victor is still functioning, it's safe to say House is still alive, and he would no doubt be using Victor to spy on Cooper, just as he did with the courier in New Vegas. Perhaps House is guiding the ghoul to the strip, so they can talk face to face, or face to screen. Right on cue, we see the inside of the Lucky 38. Before the war, the same casinos I mentioned earlier are also visible. We see several...
Damn, that's a nice skyline.
...showing the inside of the casino, something they still do after the war, only with the largest screen no longer showing CCTV footage. Instead, it displays an image of Mr. House. If you've played the games, you'll know why. I wonder if the largest screen still has a giant fingerprint on it. We also get to see Mr. House in the flesh, and the first thing is the actor has changed. Rafi Silva has been replaced by Justin Theroux. This is where Mr. House tells Cooper
I like the
he
new
knows
actor.
everything, implying he knew the war was going to start and did nothing to stop it. Which is probably why Cooper tells Lucy House is the reason the world...
So he knew the war was coming, he just knew he couldn't protect everything, but he knew that he could protect at least a small portion of Vegas for the future. I mean, he's, if nothing, pragmatic and efficient about like how he goes about things, mostly.
Is the way it is. Also, House is dressed remarkably similar to his in-game portrait, which is a nice touch. Shifting back to post-war, the Brotherhood appears...
Being based on Howard Hughes, naturally.
They also have a new camp at Area 51. In the games, we know Area 51 was a pre-war military base and a former test
Bangarang,
for
Peter,
experimental
bangarang.
government aircraft and extraterrestrial phenomena. Aliens appear several times in the games, and I'm curious to see if any of that stuff will make an appearance. Maybe an alien blaster or something small. I don't really want to see Zaytons in the show, to be honest. Off-screen, House says, presumably to Cooper, he knows there is a war coming. The bombs will only be the beginning. I guess he's referencing the first and second battle for Hoover Dam, or maybe an upcoming war, which we're going to see in the show. Next, we see Maximus. He's now a knight, promoted for killing Moldaver in Season 1, but he looks worried. Probably something to do with the Brotherhood infighting, which we'll see a little of later on. Then, for some reason, Lucy is with the Legion, and she doesn't look happy to be there.
I would imagine not.
Legion, there's a lot.
Considering the lore, for the Legion and how they view women, no, I can imagine she's not fucking happy to be there. Like, even if you just arrived, look at them motherfucking shades, holy hell. But even if she's just arrived, she could probably figure out the fucking vibe.
Going on. And this
They're not shy about that shit.
figure at the center seems to be the one in charge. He's wearing the golden wreath, typically given to commanders who won a great battle, but it's also worn as a sign of divinity. This figure is also wearing shoulder spikes, previously worn by Legate Linnaeus, the second in command during the events of the game. But Linnaeus wore a mask to hide his scars, and this person isn't hiding his face. Of course, the scars could have been...
Maybe he's the new Caesar, or new, Kaiser.
Strings, Linnaeus no longer has to wear a mask, but it could just as easily be someone else, having taken the armor from Linnaeus. I did see an interesting post on Reddit suggesting this is Macaulay Culkin because the ears are the same. I have no idea how they noticed that, but it's an interesting point.
That would be fucking cool.
So far, we know Macaulay will play the role of a mad genius. At first, I thought he was going to play the role of Fantastic, the con man recruited by the NCR to work on the Helios 1 power plant. But with the NCR fractured, Fantastic might have moved on to better
Ah, that's great.
and somehow convinced the Legion he is the one in charge. A ridiculous idea, I know, but that's literally the only connection I could come up with.
I'm in charge. This whole operation depends on me. No Fantastic, no power. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats, and it feels so good.
Here we can also see several ranks within the
Oh,
Legion.
great.
Lots of
That's great.
recruits, Prime Legionaries, a Veteran Legionary with a red stripe, and a Legionary Decanus. Moving on, we get to see our first look at Novak, Dinky the dinosaur, and what looks like Lucy inside the sniper nest.
Yeah, the dinosaur.
Only it's facing the wrong way, and the motor...
Yeah, and I don't remember a pool being there
It's
either.
been several years since we've seen Novak, but I am curious if we'll see Boone or Manny Vargas. Probably not, but I can still hope. We do see Bob again, this time closing the blinds to a conference room at Voltec, up to no good, I'm sure. Shortly after, Coop is carrying his daughter while people run away. The photo shoot in the first season is now in use, and there's a vertibird flying overhead. I initially thought this was another scene of them running to safety during the Great War, but his daughter isn't wearing the cowboy outfit like she was at the party, and neither is Coop. So this can't be after the party in Season 1, but another time before that. Is it a continuity error? Probably not. I think it's a simulated emergency, with those intended for the vaults practicing for the big day, and the vertibird just happened to be flying overhead. Then, we're back inside the Lucky 38 with Coop riding a bomb, mirroring Kong in the Doctor Strangelove movie. Later on, House is telling Coop that he's concerned he'll do just about anything to save his family. House believes Coop's a violent man and will one day want to kill him. I'm paraphrasing, but it's still a strange thing to say to someone. Clearly it's foreshadowing Coop wanting to kill House in order to get his family back.
That's interesting.
Next up, we see two people
I can't
in
wait.
power armor. One of them is Maximus, based on the Yaguai scratches on the chest and forearm, and he's shooting feral ghouls. Maybe this is when the Brotherhood first arrived at Area 51 and cleared the hangars. Meanwhile, Hank is still alive, looking rough around the edges, and still wearing...
I really fucking hope they fucking... Like I'm just saying, like I hope, like it's good power armor. It's good, like you know, like I couldn't do better, but like uh, I don't know, man. Like it just feels like that pauldron, like the pauldron that like that in the corner right there, that stuff right there, like like you can tell it was molded. Like I just, it's the small details that always like interest me in technology and like armor and weapons and everything. You know, I like to fucking examine weapons. I like to look at things and you know and see the detail and like the love and the craft that went into something that was made. Like you know, I don't know. It's passable. It's just like the this whole thing right here, like in the seams and everything. Like you know, like I don't know. Maybe I'm just being picky.
The stolen power armor from the Dead Knight in Season 1. He's either underground or inside a large structure, having finally reached his destination, a massive Vault-Tec building. We know this is somewhere in Vegas, and I think it's safe to assume it's beneath the city. It could be part of Vault 21, and that's why House filled the lower levels of the vault with concrete in the game to stop people going in or coming out. Either way, it also connects to the Lucky 38, and Hank appears to have found a way inside, probably a secret door only Vault-Tec executives knew of and had access to. House was unaware and therefore didn't seal it. Cutting back to Maximus, he's seen aboard a vertibird fist-bumping the pilot, maybe celebrating the pilot's first real flight or something. Either way, it's kinda cute. Then we're back in time. It's snowing, lots of trees, mountains, and gunfire. It's Coop's pre-war service. He said in Season 1 he didn't fight in Alaska just to give up his freedom, so I assume we're going to see more of that, reinforcing how war never changes. Another shot of Novak follows. Lucy is clearly in the sniper's nest, and Dogmeat is too.
Hey,
On the
Dogmeat.
ground, Coop pushes someone into the pool as they explode, due to the pin being pulled on a grenade, which we saw moments earlier. Not sure who they are, could be generic raiders or even Great Khans. The chicken fucker is back. I wonder what other shenanigans he'll get up to. And more to the point, what happened
Right,
to
it's not the
Thaddeus after he
worst,
ran away?
but
Not
like
a single mention of him in the trailer. Switching locations, Coop is pushed from a window of the Atomic Wrangler, a bar and casino in Freeside.
like
We
it
don't see
doesn't
him
feel
pushed in,
like
probably not
you're
the
right. It
guns.
doesn't move like a
Then comes a
1-ton
big
piece of
reveal.
armor.
The Brotherhood has at
Like-
least 4 airships, one of which has crashed into
Like the way
dunes
they
while
like
Maximus
I
and
just
Knight
like
escape. If we look closely at the airships, we can see they are actually shooting each other, so there seems to be
I
some
know
infighting.
that
Leave your
you
theories in the comments. After that, Vault 31's residents are no longer sleeping.
like you
and
shouldn't be
being
able to
overrun
run
by
in
rat
power
roaches,
armor.
maybe
Like you know
intentionally.
maybe
I'll
servo
explain in just a
assist. You
moment.
might get like
Back at the strip,
some
Coop blows up
sprinting
something
sprinting
outside Gamora,
capability.
not sure why. We also get our
Like
first look at another Securitron
but-
shooting someone in power armor. There's no claw marks this time, so maybe it's Hank trying to enter the Lucky 38 from underneath, or the Vault-Tec building we saw earlier. I'm assuming he makes it inside
I
because
would
released images shows
prefer
him having exited the power armor.
if
now
you're
wearing a
going to
clean
do it in
suit
real
and
life
what
to
looks
make
like a
it
Pink Boy
actually
3000.
operate like somebody
Then
walking
there's that
around
vault celebration.
in a
No idea
mobile
why,
tank.
but good for them. After
Like,
that, a rad scorpion eats a
they
smaller
should
bar
move like
scorpion. It
fucking
wouldn't be New Vegas without
maybe
those
like
guys.
not like Space
And let's not
Marines.
forget Elvis impersonators, or the Kings, who are now ghouls. They could be who pushed Coop out of the window of the
They should
Atomic
move like
Wrangler, as
Terminators.
the Kings pretty much ruled Freeside
You know,
in
like
their heyday. There's also
from
a sweet
for
slow-motion
Warhammer
shot of
40K,
Lucy
they should
firing a
move
rifle with a
like
New Vegas sign just
Terminators
behind her,
move.
harking
Like
back
they
to the
can
Vegas
move fast,
invasion.
but like in a
Finally, Lucy and Coop can be seen hiding
violent
behind a claw,
and,
I must say, it looks and sounds intimidating.
unnatural way when they do. Like it bursts. You know, like you
Coop's
shouldn't
advice
just
to
be
Lucy is to run away,
hightailing
a
it in
helpful
power
tip for new
armor.
players
Like
encountering
you are literally
creatures,
mobile
or at least
tank
in the first
infantry.
few games. There is one more thing I want to mention that wasn't in the trailer, and that's the released image of Gnome standing in front of people wearing Vault 31 jumpsuits. I'm not sure why Norm looks so serious here, but my gut is telling me that the residents of Vault 33 are fighting the residents of Vault 31, the loyal Vault-Tec employees. Maybe Norm is leading Vault 33 to take over the rest of the
I'm
vaults.
so invested
Maybe
in
he
this
woke
fucking
them up
season.
and allowed radroaches to enter their vault to kill them off. Only some survived, and now he's figuring out what he's going to do with them. Don't forget, in Season 1, Norm discovered Vault 32 went through a civil war due to knowing the truth and wanting the death of management. We know those inside Vault 31 are selected to lead Vault 33, and maybe Norm is sick of the secrets, the lying, and wants them gone for good. And that's it. There's a lot of new questions, but not a lot of answers. I'm sure I'll make another video once Season 2 is released to see what I guessed correctly, similar to my Season 1 video. Check that out if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next
like, also,
adventure.
you shouldn't have things bouncing around when you move. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a doom, 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 doom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like when you like, it sounds like in Fallout 4 when you move, like you're boom, boom, boom. You know, like not boom, boom, boom. There just should be no fucking jogging or sprinting or like sustained running in power armor. Maybe the quick sprints, but your stamina goes yeah. You know, like it's just um it's a lot about the smartest thing, or the small things with me with the show. Like, once I can get yeah. Although the jetpack, I wish they would. They need to get their fucking wire shit down, because that that scene in the first season, in Junktown or whatever, when he was like when he like when he had the jetpack on or whatever, I was like, yo, like, I know somebody had to look at that and been like, can we get another couple of takes, like, to where he doesn't look like he's on a wire? And, you know, I would say that there is sometimes the case for CGI. If you can't get it to look right in practical, that's where you go and you blend the two. Not just replace it with all CGI, but you blend it. The best CGI is the CGI you never fucking notice. You know, the stuff that just gets fucking tucked in the background. Like wire work and shit like that. Like, you know, if you can't get the crane operation to be the way you want it, then maybe you just motherfucking, like, you just CGI the motherfucking, like, you do what you can. But that's where you put that money. You have that one guy who's like, hey, I know you use Blender and you use fucking 3ds Max and some other things. I know you can do this. We're in a spot. If you can make this look really good, like, I don't want the fans spotting us using CGI. We want to make it look like it was all done in practical. And he'd be like, I got you, fam. Like, that's the kind of thing that you should do in with those scenes. Like, the emergency motherfucking, oh shit, we can't do it practical. Let's do a hybrid. I think that's about 2 hours. That's almost 3 hours. I think I'm good for the night. Tired. I got an extra long day tomorrow. I got a double shift. So, let's throw some I will be on I might hop on tomorrow while I'm at work. Maybe we'll do something like I did today or tonight, where we just have a chill session. The reason I try not to stream or can't stream a lot of times at work is because one, the fucking network is shitty, and two, I'm always busy and getting up, like you're having to get up. But I might hop on tomorrow and just do. I don't know, like maybe we'll do a movie, like, you know, where we're watching a couple of short films on Twitch and Kick, and we just have one of those types of mornings. I don't know, we'll see. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed this different style of show. I appreciate that. Yeah, just having a conversation with y'all, watching some things. We'll do more of this. I just have to be very careful about how I go about broadcasting stuff. You know, just make sure I watch my P's and Q's so I don't get banned for fucking a month or more. Those strikes are fucking terrible. So, but look after yourselves, stay safe, be happy, be healthy. Make sure you do make sure you do things that make you happy. Doesn't have to make you money, but if you can parlay what you love to do into profit, oh, so much the better, right? But always make time for the things that you love to do, because that's when your brain uncouples and allows you to just be a person and have some happy fucking interactions, some healthy growth as a person. I mean, I can stay on for a little while longer. It's still early. It's only 2:30. This is not something I might grab a couple clips from it tomorrow. I don't know. I can stay on for a little while longer. I see a couple of you filtering in, and it's still, I can't justify leaving just yet. Let's do a dab. And you know what? I'll make it nice and spicy, interesting for you. Where's it at? Go here, and so there's a Q&A. Ask me anything. Like there's some of you on here. I will entertain until I start getting sleepy, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Probably around 3. But let's do a dab real quick. also making use of some of these controls on here. Like, you know, you don't want to ask any questions, you don't have to, but yeah, I figured I'd put it up there. There's also a poll that I could do, but I don't, you know. Except, well, I could start making use of the polls too. I was totally gonna get, you know, like pack it in, but then the new person dropped into stream, so you know, why not? It's what I'm here for. Oh, and if you're a smoker and you're going in, if you plan on going into the military, I would recommend that you fucking stop smoking like a year, maybe 6 months before you plan on going into the military. And if you're returning, you're gonna go back into the service, and you're a smoker, I would recommend the same thing. Especially if you do dabs, because dabs can stay in your system for up to 90 days, and that's crazy. Oh. Maybe I'm not interesting enough to warrant an AMA yet. It's fine. It's fine. I was more aiming that at the lurkers, trying to see if I can get some other people talking in here, but it's fine. I mean, hell, I could be a member of secret bearded societies, and you're not gonna ask me, okay? I mean, I'm not, but I would say that if I was. Would. Also, having a beard always reminds me of that Dexter's Lab. Well, there were several episodes, but like where you had the heroes, the bearded heroes, and they had the mustachioed villains. But what am I? Because I have a mustache and a beard. What am I? Am I a villain or am I an anti-hero? This really isn't my style of song. That was really good. Alright. Okay. Alright, guys. Might even be an anti-villain. Who have you been talking to? Who told you these things? Who's they? I really like this camera. Like it's good quality. You know what I'm saying? It is weird with this fucking shadow. It makes me like look like I have a equal. So what's y'all's plans this weekend? What you doing? I'm working. And then possibly a date night if this Miss Ashante is feeling like having a visitor. I don't know. She's been having a really fucking rough time. We'll figure that out when we come to it. But alright. I think I'm done now. You guys be safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, subscribe, share, follow, tell your friends. Be safe, happy, and healthy. I love you all. And the question of whether I'm an anti-villain or not is subject to future questioning. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll never tell you anything. Maybe I'll tell you nothing. Maybe I'll tell you everything. I don't know. But I'll see you tomorrow. I love you guys.